injuries and therefore knee pain. So the muscles of the knee include the quadriceps, hamstrings, and the muscles of the thumb. So these muscles work in groups or together to flex, extend, and stabilize knee joint. These motions of the knee allow the body to perform such important movements as walking, running, kicking, and jumping. So there are common knee injuries and their causes. First is fractures, which caused by high energy trauma, such as accidents, sport injuries, or falls. Another one is dislocation, when bones of the knee are out of place, either completely or partially. So the benefits of taping. So the taping will help to relieve pressure of the inflamed bursae and increase circulation to the area. Both results will drastically reduce pain and reduce time to heal. So before applying this tape, apply before activity. Apply 1 hour before beginning activity. Clean skin, clean dirt, oils, and lotion from the area. Activate adhesive. After application, rub tape vigorously to activate adhesive. Gastrocnemius muscle. The calf muscle and the back of the lower leg is actually made of two muscles, the gastrocnemius muscle and the soleus muscle. Gastrocnemius muscle is the larger calf muscle forming the bulge visible beneath the skin. Soleus muscle, smaller, flat muscle that lies underneath the gastrocnemius muscle. So common injuries and their causes. Calf muscle strain occurs during sports or exercise activity when pushing off suddenly during a sprint or jump. Another one is muscle cramp, causes by weak muscles, lack of stretching. Another is muscle strain. So the benefits of kinesiology tape is it helps treat this condition by relaxing the muscles, increasing circulation, and reducing the pressure. So apply before activity. Apply 1 hour before beginning activity. Clean skin, clean dirt, oils, and lotion from area. Activate adhesive. After application, rub tape vigorously to activate adhesive.
The rhomboids are actually two muscles, the rhomboid major and the rhomboid minor. The two rhomboids lie deep to the trapezius from the form parallel bands that pass from the vertebra or the spinal column to the medial border of the scapula. Heavy use of arm movement, lifting, and other strenuous activities may cause mid-back tightness or aching between the shoulder flanks. The aching sensation will then usually travel to the whole back. Before you start, apply taping 1 hour before the activity. Clear skin from dirt, oils, and lotion. After application, rub the tape vigorously to activate the adhesive. The Achilles tendon is the largest tendon in the body. It connects the calf muscles to the heel and is active during almost all activities, including walking, jumping, and swimming. This dense tendon can withstand large forces, but can become inflamed and painful during periods of overuse. Pain results from inflammation or Achilles tendonitis, from tendinosis or overuse, trauma, or degenerating tendon. Before you start, apply taping 1 hour before any activity. Clean skin from dirt, oils, and lotion. After application, rub the tape vigorously to activate the adhesive.
The first thing that is going to perform is the stereophleodomastoid skin, so also known as the neck taping. So first, attach the taping behind the bone of the head of the ear. Then, tilt the head to the opposite side and attach the tape to the collarbone. Then, second, tilt the head opposite to the direction and then attach the tape in the center of the collarbone. The benefit of this taping is to the neck pain and the muscle pain. Also, it It alleviates pain by relaxing the muscle, providing support, increasing circulation around the affected area, as well as reducing pressure on the myofascial tender spots, all to promote the body's natural healing process. The next taping will be for our supraspinatus muscle. So this muscle is found in our shoulder blades. This taping is intended for shoulder pains. For this taping, we will need a Y shape. And the first step is to attach the tape to the upper part of the scapula. And we need to tilt the head to the opposite direction and attach along the upper muscle fibers. And then pull your arm to the body and wrap the tape around the lower part.
For such a delicate joint, our wrist can be subject to an excessive amount of force. Correct strapping of our wrist is helpful to prevent injury and relieve pain. One of the effective ways to strap our wrist is applying kinesiology tape on it. The following step must correctly follow during the activity. First, fit the tape in between the middle finger and the ring finger. Second, stretch your palm as much as possible and attach the tape. Third, bend your wrist as much as possible and attach to the back of the hand. Fourth, attach the tape to side of the wrist, bend the wrist lightly and attach one to the back of the hand and the other to the wrist direction. When the correct steps are followed, wrist strapping can help your wrist injury.
In order to somehow lessen and stabilize the fascial ligament, the application of Kinesiology tape to the affected area limits the movement of the fascia. To do this, the area should be cleaned and dried first. After the measurement of the area from the base of the heel up to the portion just below the toes was done, the eye Kinesiology tape will be cut into 4 dendrites, and another eye shape is prepared for the last step of the application. Attach the end of the tape to the heel. Then stretch and attach to the big toe, the second toe, the gap between the third and the fourth toe, and the little toe in order. Then attach the tape starting from the inner foot along the slant line in the center to the outer foot.
We're going to discuss the taping method for erector spinae. The erector spinae has 3 thin column of muscles, the longissimus, spinalis, and iliopsoas muscles. This taping method also known to mentally cue the lifter for setting the back, what is also known as setting the back. So first, we have 2 Kinesiology tape cuts, the I cut and the Y cut. Then it is used to stimulate the proprioceptors of the lower back to cue the body to create stability and improve lifting postures. So before we tape, we have to round the edges. We have to make sure that the skin is dry to improve the tape so that the tape will stick to the skin. Then locate the muscle.
So make sure to stretch. Then rub it. The tape will stick
upper trapezius is one of the main muscles of the back, and it is responsible for moving, stabilizing the scapula or the shoulder blade. It is a wide, flat muscle that covers most of the upper back, and it is located here, from here to here. So some causes of pain for the upper trapezius is overuse, stress, and poor posture. Step 1 for applying kinesiology tape for the upper trapezius is measure the tape from your hairline to your shoulder. Then cut the tape into an eye strip and round the edges, as seen now. And then step 2, lay the base of the eye strip.
Next is to tilt the head towards the opposite shoulder. Then you apply the kinesiology tape. Finish by rubbing the tape to motivate the adhesion. So this should be done at 30 minutes at least before exercise, and repeat on the other side if necessary.
Today, we're going to talk about plantar fasciitis. Plantar fasciitis is one of the common causes of foot pain. The muscle that we're focusing on today is the plantar fascia. The plantar fascia is located from your heel bone connecting to your toes. It is a band of tissue that supports the arc of your foot. So the conditions of the pain, the pain is recognized by the pain in your heel and the arc of your foot. So the tape that we need for taping plantar fasciitis is first a dendrite cut tape and also a small eye-shaped tape. First, dry the foot in order for no moisture. We apply the base of the dendrite-shaped tape to the base of your foot, in the heels. Yeah, apply friction so that the tape would stick. And next, we put the strands of the dendrite-shaped tape. So we stretch the strand of the dendrite to just before it reaches the toe. And do this with all the strands, the dendrite strands.
So after that, we apply friction to the tape so that it is fully stick to the skin. And the next step is by applying the eye-shaped tape.
We apply the eye-shaped tape from the side of the foot, the base of your foot, and then extending it to the arch of your foot.
The supraspinal root muscle is superiorly located in the rotator cuff muscles, resides in the supraspinal fossa, and superior to the spinal spine. And it is one of the most important rotator cuff muscles. It is also the most commonly injured area. The common causes of it are fear, the motion of overstretch, and motion of our beyond normal limits. Let's start in the application of the Kinesiology Taping. First, we have to make sure that the area is oil-free or moist-free. First, apply it to the scapula or the upper scapula. Let your model tilt his head and put the tape at the upper part of the muscle fibers. Lastly, put the other side of the tape or wrap it around the lower part of his body.
capitis is responsible for moving the motion of the neck. So here, so basically it is found right here if you are sitting in the video. So the next one, the purpose of putting the kinesio tape in the muscle, especially in the splenius capitis, is that it is reducing the pain, and it is also a pain reliever in the muscle. So the taping we used in splenius capitis is white tape.
Maybe we should all just.
So there are two edges of the white. So here here should be 100% stretch, while the other one is 70% stretch, because if you overstretch the tape, it will kind of irritate the skin of the patient or the victim. So the causes of or the pain that involves in splenius capitis is stiff neck. So the causes of stiffness neck or neck pain is bad posture. The rhomboid muscles. So what is rhomboid? So rhomboid is responsible for carrying heavy objects such as putting your bag behind your back. And the type of tape we're using is X. So before that, in placing the kinesio tape again in the muscle should be stretched, so that it shouldn't be so that the muscle should not get irritated, and then the kinesio tape will slowly being applied in the muscle. So for the purpose of the kinesio tape is that it has major effects, because aside from medicine that has side effects, this kinesio tape doesn't have one. So again, the percentage that the kinesio tape is that it should be 100% stretched in the middle, while the edge of the excess should be 70%.
Today we are going to talk about how to tape the part of the Achilles tendon. So Achilles tendon. So this is the part of the Achilles tendon. The tape used in this Achilles tendon is I tape. This kinesio tape will help the Achilles tendon to reduce the pain of any muscle pain in that part. So this kinesio tape opens the tissue in the area for circulation, for better circulation, and of course to protect it from any further pain. So make sure that you cut the edge of the tape so that it will not remove to the skin. It will not be properly removed to the skin, or easily removed to the skin. There are two eye tape that should be used in Achilles tendon, so that one for the big part of the skin, and the other one is in the bottom, which involves the ankle. So again, this kinesio tape will help reduce the pain, and of course it will protect it for further damage and for degeneration. For the deltoid part. The deltoid muscle is responsible for uplifting the arm, and also this kinesio tape will help reduce the pain in any type of muscle pain in the deltoid muscle. First is we must wipe the shoulder using the tissue. So make sure to rub the tape to the first part that it should be put. Make sure to not overstretch the tape so that it will be taped properly and it will not be removed easily. Don't forget also to cut the edges of it. This Kinesiology tape will help, it will increase the tissue so that this muscle involved will be properly circulate its blood. That's why it lessens the pain reduction and of course help the muscle, support the muscle.